All right, joining us now are members of the Alamogordo Lady Tiger soccer team, back-to-back district champions. Ladies are pretty excited about that, right? Back-to-back district champs?
Yes,
Yes, that's what we like to hear. Coach Rudy Barbosa here as well. Coach, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Charles?
Not too bad. Boy, it's about as good a year as you guys probably could have hoped for. I'm sure there are some spots that you could, as a coach, you could always see improvement, but the ladies have had a pretty special season so far, and it's not over yet.
No, they have a record-breaking season, I think, in many aspects. I'm super proud of them. And I think, there's always things we can fix, and we're always working on fixing them. But I'm pretty content with where we are right now.
All right, so we got a group here along with us, and we'll let you introduce yourselves. So we'll start here on the left with Sydney, and just tell us who you are and what position you play. There's a lot of you that have been here before, but give you an opportunity to tell us what you do out there for Lady Tiger Soccer.
All right, I'm Sydney, and I'm number 5. I play defense, but I'm an offensive player that also plays right wing or wherever Rudy needs me.
All right.
I'm Macee Trice, and I play left wing.
I'm Shawna Williams. I play striker.
I'm Kristin, Guin, and I play center mid.
I'm Janae Shaklee, and I play center mid.
All right, and this is just a small group of the ladies that obviously the whole team had some big parts in making this a special year. Coach, first of all, let's talk about the seating. It was kind of a little bit of a roller coaster for you guys. You thought you got the bye, then you found out you were playing on Saturday, and then you found out you were playing somebody else. So it's been a little bit of a kind of back and forth for you. But these ladies are ready to play, aren't they?
Yeah, it was frustrating and confusing all at once. But I think they finally got it settled. We faced Valencia on Saturday at 1:00. But as I told these ladies, once that whistle blows, seeding means nothing. It's the other team, and both teams going to go at it, and the superior team's going to come out on top.
There you go. Sydney, is it almost maybe better not to have that long of a layoff? I'm sure it would have been nice to have the bye into the quarterfinals, but the fact that you get to play this Saturday, is that exciting for you guys?
Yes, it just adds another game onto the season. So it's not that sad when we end, you know what I mean?
And I think it's going to be exciting for you guys to get to do a home playoff game in front of the home crowd. Would that be fair to say, like the boys got a chance to do that last year? Is it kind of cool that you guys get a chance to do that this year?
Yes, I think it'll make more people come out next year for our home games next year, just like the boys did.
Macee, senior this year, right?
Yes, sir.
So one last chance to play at home. Is that exciting for you?
Yes, sir. I'm glad we got another game in there because I think it definitely would have been tough having an off weekend, trying to go into state the next. It would have been cool to have that rest weekend, but I definitely think it'll help us.
Yeah, and you guys have managed, Shawna, you guys have managed to stay pretty healthy this year. There's been 1 or 2 injuries there, but for the most part, I know, knock on wood, I've messed it up for you guys. I'm throwing out the broadcaster's jinx, but you guys have managed to stay pretty healthy across the board, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and have you felt like, Shawna, we should talk about the year that you've had. You broke the school record for single season goals. What did you finish up at in the regular season? Do you know?
40.
Was it 40?
I think so.
Yeah, because I think it was 37 after the first game. Did you even think in your wildest dream that you'd score that much this year? Or? Well,
it's like I thought about it. Like it was like one of my goals, kind of. But with these girls like behind me on the pitch and all that, it's just easy like that.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you, I don't know if you got a chance when she was after the week a couple weeks ago. The first thing she said is, yeah, I scored all these goals, but it's the team's goals. And Chris, I'm sure it feels like that's the way you guys think. You don't necessarily think about, 1 person, 2 person, 3 people have a bunch of goals. It's about the final score at the end of the game. Is that how you look at it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Talk about the team aspect this year. You guys seem like a tight-knit group. I enjoyed watching on senior day. It was, I think, you and Macee and Kayla walking out arm in arm out there for the second half. It seemed like that was special for you guys. I don't know if that was on Tuesday or Saturday that y'all were doing that, but clearly there's a special bond among all y'all's seniors and everybody throughout the team. Is that true?
Absolutely. Especially me, Macee, and Kayla, we've grown up ever since we were just like itty-bitty little players. And we were just looking through some pictures, and it's kind of amazing that we're still out here, and this is probably going to be our last home game this Saturday, playing here in front of Alamogordo. So it has been fun just finishing it off with them and getting to know some of these younger players as well and being able to play with them.
Yeah. And speaking of the younger players, we've got Janae over here, who's an 8th grader, and, it's not very often that varsity 8th graders get a chance to go out there and play, but Coach has shown a ton of confidence in you all year long. I think you've started almost every game. What does that mean for you that, Coach has been like, hey, we're going to throw you out there with all the seniors and everybody, that you get to go out there and play varsity soccer?
It's just amazing that he's had that confidence in me, and that the other girls have had that confidence in me, and it's just been amazing to play with them and like add another year to play with these seniors that are finishing out, and it was just a ton of fun.
Yeah. What do you feel like you've learned the most from playing with this group of seniors and maybe the group of older players this year compared to playing youth soccer before that?
I've learned to play selflessly and not just like take that goal, like take the assist. Like it's just as good because the team scores too.
Yeah, Coach, we talked about at the beginning of the season the mesh of 8th graders and freshmen and junior or sophomores this year with the juniors and seniors, and it just seems like it hasn't been any type of problem. Everybody plays well together. There's good sharing of the ball. There's really good communication. I think this team communicates especially well. Do you feel like when you watch them out there like that?
Yes, I do, and I think when I took over the program, that's the one thing that I try to stress to these girls was the creation of our style of soccer. Regardless of who comes in and plays, if you play the style of soccer that you create to create your identity, then there's not going to be that much of a difference. And I think this is the last group that's going to come through here as far as the girls that when I started coaching and the girls that I knew. This is it. This is the girls that are leaving. This is the last batch. But I think they don't understand the school they've left behind, the school of soccer that they've left behind. How the impact that Kristin has had on Janae over there and so forth. Macee, the impact that she's had. It's going to show. And if they come back and they'll see that style of soccer still being played and know that they were one of the first group that implemented that style of soccer.
Yeah, and we've seen that. Last year it felt like a little bit of growing pains trying to get all of that into place and to get everything smoothly. And this year it feels like everything's kind of come to fruition with this group of players, that you see how good this team and soccer can be with this group, right?
Yes, and I think they understand, and it was an eye opener for them. I think because last year we scored a lot of goals, but this year we demolished that record. You know what I mean? And it's the creation of the identity that they created on the soccer field, and Macee, and it's benefited all of them. Across the board. We have Kristin, who broke the assist record this year. We have Fato, who's broken the single. We have Macee, who how many goals did you had last year, Macee?
Not sure.
Like 8, maybe.
Yeah, and I think she's what, 15? Are you at 15 somewhere like that? I think that's what I saw, and it's just. It doesn't surprise me because as a team, we broke, the goals for a team. So I knew these records were going to fall, and that just kudos to them because they go out there and they put some work in.
Yeah. Well, and Sydney, it seems like as well, Coach Rudy expects a ton out of you guys, and every time I talk to any of you, the expectations he has for you, whether it's in practice, whether it's in a game, whatever it is, it seems like that helps you guys raise your level. What he expects out of you, do you feel like that makes you a better player?
Yes. Whenever I go onto the field or go to play, I think like what we practice on and what he expects, and it honestly. It helps a lot to know what to do. It just made me a better player. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it's just kind of come to you naturally at this point. That's good. Macee, Coach kind of touched on it there, but in terms of passing on the soccer and getting the next group ready, that's the seniors. You guys obviously want to be successful in your senior year, but to see the sophomores and the freshmen and the 8th graders. Learning from you guys. What does that mean for you, and how did you take on that responsibility, maybe even this year and last year too?
It was definitely hard because I was kind of thrown into like the leader position, and it took me a while to get used to it, but it's really cool to like see these young girls that are coming up, and like Janae being thrown into like this intermid spot as an 8th grader. Like you really just have to like have faith in them because we are a young team, and we don't have like a senior heavy team that we can just have like this whole 11 starting lineup that are seniors. So being to watch them grow, especially just coming straight from 7th grade to play high school soccer, it's awesome. They've grown a lot, and I hope we keep going.
Yeah, it'll still be fun to watch, and we'll see what happens on Saturday against Valencia. I'm kind of looking forward to, and I know you guys shouldn't be looking anything past Saturday yet, but the possibility of playing some of those northern teams that you guys haven't seen. I mean, Shawna, does that kind of get you excited in your head and you think about playing the Farmingtons and the Academies and the St. Piuses and teams like that maybe down the road?
Yeah, it got me so excited, especially for, like, what happened when we went down there and stuff like that. Like, it's making me eager to play them, and, like, because it motivate me to be better. And so I want to see different competitions around the not United States, but around New Mexico, and then I could see what I have to look up to and what I can make better and stuff.
Yeah. Chris, I mean, you got to play your first playoff game last year. Now you got a team that feels like you're going to get a chance to go to Albuquerque and play on to the quarterfinals. You have to get past Valencia. Again, we don't want to look past that team yet, but just the possibility of going up there and playing those. And you guys I think you're the best of the southern teams, right? I mean, because what we have Academy, Aztec, Farmington, Pius. So you guys are the best of the South, so you kind of get maybe the opportunity to represent the South a little bit up there. Is that something that means something to you?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely very exciting just to have the opportunity to be able to go up there and show them, Alamogordo may not be as big of a town as somewhere like Albuquerque, but we do have some talent in this town, and we can make some noise up there if we do get up there. So it's definitely exciting.
Yeah. Janae, I mean, your first year in Tiger Soccer, and you're playing in a state tournament game this weekend. You may get to play up in Albuquerque. What are your feelings going into playing some playoff soccer this upcoming couple of weeks here?
It's just amazing because I never expected to like get this far, like in my 8th grade year, and then be playing in these kind of games. And it's just an amazing feeling, and I can't wait till the rest of the years. But for this year, I'm just so excited, especially with this group of girls. It's going to be a ton of fun, and like I'm a little nervous, but I know we'll do great, and it'll be amazing.
All right. Coach, I mean, you guys had the experience of being in the playoffs last year. You lost a heartbreaker to Los Lunas. How much do you think last year's experience is going to help out this group going into this year?
Oh, I think it drove them. I mean, we were here a few months ago, and we talked about Los Lunas when Los Lunas was coming into town, and these girls, that's all they talked about. And I think they made their point loud and clear,
yes.
To the north, because that's the only school we really have to compare, right? Because Los Lunas plays those schools. So we can't compare ourselves to the academies or the Farmingtons, those St. Pius. We can only see how Los Lunas does against them. And I think Los Lunas just tied St. Pius here the last game of the season or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing we can do. But like I said, when the rankings don't matter when that game begins. And, the only thing that frustrated me was about the whole confusion or mistake that they called it was that I wanted these girls to get the recognition that they deserved. That's it. Whether that meant a buyer playing in the thing in the first round, didn't matter. If we were the 4th seed, then, like you said, we were the best in the South, And the wins that we got weren't just 1-goal, 2-goal wins. I mean, we were demolishing teams. And that's the only thing that upset me was that I thought they didn't give us the respect that we deserve. But that's okay. We'll go get our respect. Right, girls?
Yes, sir.
A little bit of chip on the shoulder going into the tournament now?
Yes,
I mean, did you guys feel that within the team?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Point to prove? I mean, is that kind of what it is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I feel like that's a bonus for you guys, right? I mean, Sydney, is that kind of... because you guys obviously feel very confident with 16-4 this year. You dominated your district, but it can't hurt to have a little bit of extra motivation going into the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I'm really excited for this Saturday. Honestly, when you go into a playoff game, everybody wants it. So no one's gonna stop at nothing to, you know what I mean? And we're gonna play our best, and it's nice knowing that we have a chance to go all the way. Yeah. So.
Macee, what are the big keys that you feel like for this team to be successful in this postseason run? I mean, just keep playing the kind of soccer you guys have been playing, or is there specific things you feel like you guys need to do well to be successful?
Well, you talked about communication before, and I definitely think that's a big thing with us. But we have watched film previously on games that we have played to help us pick up things. Like against the Las Lunas game, it was great, but it still wasn't our style of soccer. And so we did beat them 7-2, right?
Mm-hmm.
7-2, but it was not. At the end of the season, I think we could beat them by a lot more now because our style of play has improved so much. And I think if we just keep improving with practice this week, we'll be good for the game. But I don't want to come in cocky, even though.
No, I understand.
I don't want to say anything like that.
I feel like there's a confidence, though. I mean, Shawna, do you feel like you guys are confident that you feel like you can compete and play against anybody in the state?
Oh, yes, by far. The way Rudy's taught us and put our style of play and all of that, and, like, made us all come together as a unit and a family and all that, it makes us confident. Like, we're not, like, overconfident, but we know we're going to do some good things and big things.
Yeah. Chris, I mean, how do you balance the, hey, we're really good, but we still have to put in the work and we still have to do the things we know that we need to do? Because, listen, for any human, that's a hard thing to do for anybody. So, I mean, how do you balance it? How do you feel like the team balances that?
I think the team, personally, I think our team has done an excellent job of not getting a big head, because I've been in those games where you're walking in, you're like, yeah, we're definitely going to crush this team, and you're walking out and you're like, wow, they crushed us, you know. So I think they just all together, just coming into practice, there's a great mindset knowing that if you don't work hard, you will get knocked off, because you're at the top right now and everyone wants to be at the top, so you're kind of like the prize glory, so everyone wants to beat you. And there's kind of a certain level of hard work that you have to do to maintain that, and I think the team's done a great job of holding that.
Yeah. Janae, do you feel like, and that's what you maybe, one of the things you've learned being with this group is that the hard work aspect is one of the most important parts of playing on this team?
Yeah, I've learned that, like, sometimes it doesn't matter if you mess up. It matters that you put in the effort to do it, and then you're always working harder to get better, and that we're always working hard, and, like, we're not slacking off or anything, because there's a time for work and there's a time for fun, and we know that we need to work hard if we're going to win this in state.
Now, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. We do want to mention one thing coming up Friday night before the homecoming game. You guys are going to have your Pozole dinner, both the boys and girls team. This is a joint fundraiser, right?
Yes, it's our big fundraiser for the soccer program. It was a huge success last year, and we're hoping to repeat that success again. It's from 5 to 7, and it's a pozole dinner. They get I believe they get a snack or a sweet with it, right?
Dessert.
A pozole,
Dessert,
dessert or something like that. And then it's at from 5 to 7 at the high school, right after the parade, before the homecoming game. So you can stop by. You can either pick it up or you can buy a ticket from any of the soccer players that you know. There's also Miss Sandra Wilder, who said to give her number out in case people wanted to call, and hopefully she doesn't get mad. her number is 575-430-3662. Okay, so if you have any questions or you want to buy tickets, you can call her, or any of the soccer players have the tickets.
All right.
And last year was made, and people really enjoyed it. I mean, it was gone. It was all gone. So that has to taste good in order for that to happen.
Well, yeah, and I know we were talking about, I think, before the beginning of the season, and you were talking about switching it up to pozole from the enchilada dinner.
Right.
It seems to have been a hit among everybody. Ladies, have you tried the pozole? Very good?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was so
Yeah,
good.
we tried it last year.
During our lunch break, we were just eating so much.
Yeah, we chose to work the first half so the boys would have to work the second half. we got to eat and then go to the game. Yeah, it was really good.
There you go. So get on out there again. It's 5 to 7 o'clock. Dishes are $7.
$7 a ticket, yeah.
And this is in support of both the Alamogordo boys and girls soccer teams, so please get out there and support this group. I do want to mention as well, all district selections, too. Rudy, congratulations on being Coach of the Year.
Thank you.
That's got to be a great honor for you, and I'm sure all these ladies are excited to see that you got that. Shawna, Player of the Year. That's got to be pretty exciting. Excited about getting that Player of the Year honor?
Yeah, I'm more excited that we're about to go to state.
That's kind of what I figured. There you go. First team is Shawna, Cheyenne Drake, Chris, Macee, and Tori Barunda. Second team, Sydney and Janae, and also Harley Wise and Kayla Duran earned second team selections for all District 3 5A. Very deserving for all those ladies. And, a number of other ladies, obviously, that worked hard for you guys throughout the season as well that maybe didn't get the all-district. We've seen, I think, pretty much everybody on your guys' roster get playing time this year. And I thought, even on Saturday against Deming, a game I think you guys were pretty confident going into. You got a chance to get some of probably players that play a little bit more JV than they do varsity to get out there and play some varsity. And I thought that was a good thing to see right there at the end of the season. I'm sure that was a concerted effort that you want to do that on Saturday, right?
Yes, and I mean, I've always been a coach that thinks about the future. You know what I mean? And I thank these girls, and they know, what I tell them before a game. They're the reason those girls get in. because of the work that they do. So they allow us the opportunity to get some of these younger players in. I mean, we had that record-breaking season with all those goals, and Fatsa with all those single season record, and Chris and all that. But in reality, and they'll tell you here, I pulled the reins on a bunch of those games. You know what I mean? Because I thought it was more important to get some of our inexperienced players in. Or if I would have left them in, then who knows where we would have left off. But I think they understand that it's not about that for us or for our program. It's about prepping for what's coming. What school are they leaving? It's not about, and they know it's never been about individual awards. To me, yeah, I'm grateful that they chose me as Coach of the Year, but I would trade that in a second for a state title.
And I'm sure all these ladies, all district selections and all that, they could care less. You guys bring home that blue trophy. Yeah. That's the most important thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be a fun next week or two now, and we'll look forward to Saturday. I think the community, they're going to show up in droves, and again, it's $5 for tickets on Saturday, 1 o'clock kickoff for the game against the Valencia Jaguars. And get out there and support these ladies. We've had good crowds all year. I feel like your crowds have increased all season long. Sid, playing in front of those big crowds, it's got to be exciting for you guys to see those increase throughout the year, right?
In the beginning of the game, yes, but whenever the game starts, I just focus on the game. But it's nice to have all the support there after and before, just knowing that we have people there for us.
Yeah, Macee, I mean, the crowd support that you guys have seen. And I should also throw in there, the support you guys get from your parents and everybody, all your families. I'm sure that means the world to you guys. Either whether it's been this year or other years, having to pick you up from practice and all that kind of stuff. I mean, they do a lot of work to support you guys, right?
Yes, sir. Our parents are probably our biggest fans, honestly. I know my parents have been at almost every single game this year for me, especially being my senior season. I can't thank them enough.
Yeah. Shawna, I mean, your folks, I mean, they have to go between a lot of different sports out there, so I mean, it's kind of a battle, and they really have to work hard to get to all your stuff, don't they?
Yeah, they're just more like one goes there after half, we switch, and they just kind of just travel. Like they go each one game, and they just keep going.
Yeah. Chris, I mean, I know I see your mom's regularly on her Facebook page and things like that, and she's very active in what's going on with Tiger Soccer. I mean, talk about the support that you've received from whether it's your close family, mom and dad, or just everybody that's helped you throughout your soccer career.
Oh, man, my parents have been my rock for everything. I mean, even during off-season, they're making those 4-hour drives during the weekend, during the season. I remember we used to be playing against Carlsbad, and on a Tuesday night they'd be making the drive there and getting back at 1 in the morning, and they're still going to work. I mean, they've just supported me the whole way, and I could not thank them more for just doing that and having my back this whole time.
Yeah. Janae, I mean, how about your folks? First year of soccer, I'm sure, just kind of supporting you through a new experience. Has that been a big help for you this year?
Yeah, they've helped me so much, like through everything that these girls' parents have gone through too. Like it's the same thing. They work so hard for me, and they give me everything I need and tell me how proud of me they are, and it's just like they support me so much, and I'm so grateful for it.
All right. And something else we should mention before we get out of here, Coach, in the classroom as well, these ladies have been great this year. I mean, that you've got a group of ladies that are excelling not only on the field but also in the classroom as well, right?
Oh yeah, that most definitely, and I'm more proud of that because it's hard. I mean, to be a student athlete and to make those games. This year we were at home, but I mean, they're at practice every day. I'm sure they come out of practice and they're tired and they wish they could just go to bed, but they have to go out there and keep that good work out in the classroom as well. So yeah, that makes me even more proud of these girls.
And some days they have to come over here and be on the radio and know what they're doing. All right. I think we talked enough. We're looking forward to it. Again, the Pozole dinner is Friday night, $7 for a plate, or I guess for a bowl, I should say. And that'll be over at the Alamogordo High School cafeteria. You can buy tickets from parents of players, from players. You could probably stop by a practice and see them and get a ticket from them, or just get it at the door as well, and they'll get you taken care of. Again, 5 to 7 on Friday, and then, of course, get out there for the game on Saturday, 1 p.m. against Valencia. Ladies, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charles.